Tumblr, Vine, Kick.
This is Brooke, a California teenager. She's 15 years old now and a self-professed recovering cell phone and social media addict.
How long was she on her phone each day?
When she got home from school at 3 o'clock until she went to bed at 9.
It was more.
It was more.
Brooke says she would be up until 4 o'clock in the morning and later.
Second a text went off, a second, someone Snapchats me or FaceTimes me, I always answered, and I always waited and waited and waited for someone to reply. It was my heart. I couldn't put it down.
A winter night in Michigan, an ordinary house on an ordinary street. People just trying to get some sleep. But somebody's up late, trigger happy with that rat-a-tat keyboard on a computer playing first-person shooter video games. The boy in the bedroom is Josh. He's 14 years old, and his parents, Al and Christina, say he won't stop, can't stop playing.
What's a typical day in Josh's life?
Sleeping until 11, 12. And then he would be on until 1, 2 in the morning.
12 hours.
Easily.
Easily 12.
Yeah.
They say Josh's obsession began in 8th grade when he built himself a gaming computer and installed it in his room.
Get out.
You think that was the turning point?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was much more exciting to be on and much more addictive.
Josh says he's playing up to 60 hours a week.
Josh has been in his room since 4 o'clock, nearly 5 hours gaming.
But why didn't you just take the computer away? I don't understand.
Because when we did take it away, there was a lot of problems in our house with his behavior.
They confiscate the computer, shut down the Wi-Fi, even remove the router and lock it in the car. Josh responds by throwing things and punching walls.
There was a shutdown in communication.
Was it just the constant fighting with him?
Yeah, it was very emotional.
Al is not only afraid of what Josh might do, he's afraid of what he might do.
If it got further, it could have been a problem. It could have been physical, and I didn't want that. And
So he was trying to physically stop you?
Yeah.
He throws up his hands and leaves Christina to handle the conflict on her own. And sometimes it does get physical.
They exaggerate. My mom thinks that I hit her because she takes away my games. I don't do that. She calls it hitting because I swat her hand away.
There's just a lot of anger, lots of anger.
Emotional outburst.
Yeah.
It sounds completely out of control.
Yeah, it was.
Josh, you need to get off.
Okay, stop.
Midnight, 1 a.m., 2 in the morning.
Why are you stalking me?
All these late night fights leave Christina exhausted.
It's after 3 o'clock, and I told you to get off at 1.
Stop.
What's this one, you think?
In Ohio, we meet Maria, 40 years old, an attorney, mother of 4.
Good job, Jude.
She's not a single mother, it just seems that way. She has a husband, Chris, aged 44, but you can't meet him right now because although Chris and Maria have built a life together, careers, a nice home, beautiful children, on any given evening, Chris is down in the basement past the pink castle and the buckets of children's toys. You may think he's too old for this, but the average video gamer is 35.
Someone shot me in the face.
I'm riding toward the front line.
And this one has been taken prisoner by a pastime.
How many hours a day does he spend playing games?
He'll take a whole Saturday and go into the evening, from the time he wakes up till
Time he goes to
the
bed?
times he goes to bed, yeah.
So 18 hours?
Possibly.
Ever since they got married more than a decade ago, Maria says Chris is often a no-show for much of their life.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm headed up to our family football game. Chris opted not to play with us. He is going to be playing video games instead.
Why would you stay with a partner who is that disengaged?
I don't know. I think that I really felt like This was a in sickness and in health moment. And yes, it's hard, but I was committed to him and I still am committed to him. So we have a house full of people and he is in the basement playing video games.
Oh God, come here, bro, come here.
Missing life's sweet moments.
So Bailey's trying blackberries for the first time.
Maria is there to see their toddler's first taste of a blackberry, and so are you.
What do you think, Zaylee? Do you like them? Do you love them?
The only one not there is her father, Chris.
All right, what's next, boys?
Part of your heart must break for what he's missing.
It does.
They're living in a split screen. Chris gets online, Maria gets the kids in line. Playtime for him, bath time for her. Downstairs, play. Upstairs, pray.
I am going to go to bed because I'm super tired. This is how we function, and this is how we do it.
Al and Christina are wondering what's going on inside Josh's head. If only there was a way to peek inside that adolescent brain. Well, it turns out there is.
You had an MRI before?
Josh is getting a functional MRI as part of a new study by Dr. David Rosenberg. His theory, yet to be proven, is that excessive gaming changes brain activity. These triplets are in the study too.
Turn it off now.
Stop, Mom.
You're still playing.
I said I'm gonna watch. Instead, I'm gonna go play outside with Josh.
I told you
I'm gonna go play outside with Josh.
That's Noah. You can see why his mom says gaming has more of a hold on him than on his brother and sister. These are the triplets' brain scans. 2 are typical, but Noah's is not. Dr. Rosenberg highlighted areas in red he says represent brain activity involving memory, attention, and decision-making.
Noah's is almost completely gray.
But now look at Noah's brain after 3 weeks unplugged at summer camp.
He's gone from being barely lit up to being highly.
He's highly lit up, yeah.
Now for Josh's results.
There should be much more activity.
There should be more red.
There should be more red.
She looked at this and thought, this is a kid in trouble.
This is a kid in trouble.
Software developer Gabe Zickerman says apps and games are designed to enthrall. He would know. He says he used to earn a living making them that way.
My work in gamification in particular has been used to make just about everything that people use today more addictive and engaging.
How do they do that exactly?
Every time you challenge yourself to something and then you achieve that thing, your brain secretes a little bit of dopamine.
Zickerman says he and developers like him designed games and apps to purposely activate those jolts of dopamine. But he's had a change of heart and career. He's created an app that helps users break the cycle of compulsion.
And I'm using the exact techniques that I've used for the last decade to make things more addicting, to help people counteract the addictions they face.
Addiction is considered a disease, a disease where the chemicals, if you will, in the brain and body kind of can't seem to get enough. And so people get stuck, right? They get stuck in a place where they are constantly hungry, constantly needing it. You first get to the underlying issues, deal with whatever's underneath it, what drives it, right? Either I just don't fit in, I never fit in, trauma, whatever it might be, get them talking about that. Then you begin to address and help educate them about the actual addiction. And then you begin to, once they accept and understand that, then you begin to help them learn strategies to deal with, like, the social world in general, to deal with just managing electronics more effectively. Depends on where they're going and what's happening next, and a lot of variables, but then you actually get into kind of the meat of what you would consider the technology addiction, part of it, and how to change that. lot of that depends on how their relationship with their parents is.
Okay.
That's the key. That's the key factor. If the relationship with their parents is solid, and not does a parent love them, because all parents love their kids. That's different from actually being able to have a solid relationship. And so if that relationship is solid, and they have an anchor, and they can talk, and they can communicate, then their odds go up dramatically, right? Because then now they're able to work through it. And now when they relapse or whatever, and they start using too much, and they talk about it with their parents, and parents are like, okay, yeah, we messed up, let's get back on track, okay, cool, you know, we'll get back on track, and then we're moving, instead of a downward spiral, we're in a forward moving, even if it's slow, it's a forward moving spiral. If I don't have a relationship with my parents where it's not solid, then I can't talk to them, I go underground, I get secretive, and my chances of, you know, failing are higher. And there's a lot of other variables that go into that, right? What is their social environment? If they truly have nothing back home, and then it's scary, right? Because how are you going to deal with that loneliness until you establish something? If their social deficits are seriously impacted, you know, etc. You have to understand that so much of online gaming and online addiction, it's all relational, and people don't think about that. They think about it as something, right? It's not something, it is relational. So if you recognize that, then you can help them learn to connect more with you. There's a lot of things, you know, you gotta be careful about using it as a babysitter, watching for warning signs, you know, setting solid limits early on, you know, helping your kids be more social in general, giving them opportunities, you know, really just, but the relationship's your biggest resource.
Yeah.
People don't quite understand that, you know, it's not just love your kids, but it's the true relationship to meet that difficult challenge that it is. You know, that's hard. Having a true relationship, a place where you can talk and communicate, a safe place with your kids is much easier said than done.